Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
That was a premature pop of the Coors Light. That's the last time you get to pop the Coors Light.
I thought we were doing the pop.
Awful.
Welcome to episode 103. As always, a great start to this podcast with Chris already ranting and raging like a whiny old woman.
You're killing me here. That was I barely hit the record button, and you're cracking stuff all over the place.
Well, no one told me that it was music then popping, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. You got amateur hour
2,
here.
1, and then as soon as I hit, you're cracking it before I even hit the record button.
All right, ladies.
I hate you
Let's
so
calm
much.
down. Let's calm down.
No, I will not calm down. The premature pop is unbelievable here.
You know what I feel like Chris is going through a little bit? A little alcohol
Withdrawal, yeah, for sure.
No.
He needs a Coors Light. He
You
smelled your Coors
smell
Light.
a little bit?
Just smell it.
I smelt it on your guys' breath all last weekend.
Last weekend was a little bit of a...
You should be grateful for that moment.
Grateful for what? The Ric Flair chop that you, Peter, and Joe put on me last week?
I don't really recall that, but I'll say that it happened.
I'm trying to think. We were at Up City.
And then Boss Bar for a hot minute.
Yeah, that was...
I had a charge on for Boss Bar, and I didn't remember having a beer at Boss Bar.
Neither did I. I had a charge too.
Yeah, you had a charge?
I did.
Peter definitely bought 2. I don't know where you got a charge from.
I think I gave Peter my card probably for one then.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you here again for joining us here. We got our host, Chris, Pat, and me. Joe is currently in D.C. at a wedding. Underdressed. Is there anything worse than going to a place that for me, it's one of my biggest anxieties. I don't want to be the most underdressed person there. And now he's at a wedding where people, this is somebody's dream, this woman's dream. Since she was 2 years old, she's been dreaming about this wedding. And she's got some tall, goofy, kind-hearted individual who probably looks like he's probably in shorts and a t-shirt.
Well, is it better that he's in that or like a suit that he's going to sweat through immediately?
Oh, that's a good call. Because our boy JoJo is a sweater.
Yes, he is.
Like, I know we talked about this on last week's podcast, 102. As you can see up in this corner, it's probably going to be behind Chris's head. You can click that, and that's a beautiful podcast you can listen to.
Beautiful. Interesting choice of words.
What would you call it, Pat?
I don't know. Exhilarating?
Inspiring.
Inspiring is a good one, too.
I didn't know I was working with a bunch of wordsmiths.
You're damn right.
Well, boys, how we doing? How you guys feeling? Chris, you're a little off to a little bit. I mean, you get it. I get it. It's been a long week.
Right.
I'm coming off the week of feeling like absolute, I don't know about anybody else, but I had like a little bit of a cough, allergies, probably a cold, maybe COVID, maybe a little bit of the swine flu, coughing all over the place.
Definitely the bird flu, yeah. And he wants everybody to be close to each other.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted Peter podcast from the outside.
Listen, I'm trying to make it look good. I've been reading about our podcast, trying to figure out how to make it better.
Are the comments shaping your decisions?
No, because there's no comments.
that was the
hey,
joke,
come on,
Chris.
people.
That was a joke, Chris. That was a joke.
That's not. I mean, why guys gotta be like that? How we doing on the boards over there, Chris?
The boards?
Yep. Let me know volume levels.
3 is high.
Good. That's what I like to hear.
2 is low. 1 is low. But I think I'm 1, and I'm not talking.
We also don't know who is who, to be honest. So.
No, it is. Chris is right. 1 is Chris, 2 is you, and 3 is me. And how is the battery life? Because we don't want to have another one of those moments.
It looks like 3.
Uh-oh. We're running.
I know, it's like a full battery.
Oh, okay, great. We're good then.
There's like 3 bars.
We got some
spinning that little battery there.
It's 6:38. All right, so we're gonna throw in probably about a 45 minutes.
It's 3 minutes here.
45-minute little podcast here. Thank you for joining us here. If you haven't, it's your first time, give it more than 3 to 5 minutes. I see all you new people. We have 50 to 100 people listening, and
this is about the time you cut out of our video.
Yes. So how about you just stay around and check it out? I had a productive producers meeting with Lauren yesterday, and we got some stuff coming.
Since we're not giving Lauren a producer's credit,
she's getting one because she's the only one who listens. All right, besides me.
One question: are you self-icing here?
Yeah. I have these sitting like you, Pat. I don't have a second fridge. I have a big box of these sitting in my refrigerator, and I'm like, I got to get one away.
It doesn't look very cold to be in your refrigerator.
Oh, it is.
Okay.
It's not the Arctic cold like your Coors Light can there, Pat, but
because the mountains are blue, Chris, it can
exactly.
be drinking now.
So
this one's not mountains blue, so it cannot be drinking.
I will drink that one because you're
not allowed to. That's not how it goes.
That actually brings up on a good story or not a good story. This is actually this is a moment of silence, please.
It's a dramatic story.
Yeah. Moment of silence, please. Thank you. In Florida, Chris.
Goddamn Florida.
Always.
What a crap state.
Absolutely, always Florida. You always got something going on.
You really took the cake on this one, guys.
Yeah, we usually like Florida go. We kind of like it. It's okay. It's fine. This one hurts. 2 trucks collide, Chris.
2 trucks.
One tips over.
One tips over.
Spills out all its Coors Light onto the highway. A sea an absolute sea of broken Coors Light cans.
I mean, these beers could have been drinking at any kind of event, a wedding,
I would have
graduation party.
If I was on that highway, I would have stopped and I would have saved as many cans as I could have.
I know you would have.
I felt like Chris would have been drinking it off the highway. He would have been getting a straw out and just start sucking it up.
There would need to be that. I would hope that other truck that
almost came out on your face there. Not the first time you've had something on your face, but it would have been. Come on, Chris! What are you doing? You're fucking always.
Excuse me.
Thank you. Yeah, it was good. That was a little slight.
Hey, I don't do this very often.
Well, this is your second time, and you are our pod track
and I'm
expert.
still waiting for the boo button on here so I can boo your ass.
Hey, on the mic.
Listen, if you want to be on the mic, you can be on the mic.
I want to be on your mic.
That's incestuous and strange at the same time.
No, that was. I mean, it's funny because there are a lot of stories that I see throughout the week that I write down and I want to talk about, and unfortunately, Pat and Chris get stuck seeing me pretty much 80% of the week. So a lot of the stories that I come out and I want to throw out there, I already accidentally say them, and it's not great when you're saying stories that we've already all talked about, like the Coors Light truck. But that had to be mentioned to our fans.
I didn't even read that article. I just saw the picture and cried.
Yeah, it was tough.
It was sad.
Also, there could be a national beer shortage.
That's yes.
What's the world coming to these days, guys? What's the world coming to? When will COVID stop ruining lives? That's the real question.
The greatest scientists need to get on this carbon dioxide.
Yeah. You know what's crazy?
Can't we just pull out the atmosphere?
That's what I'm saying, Pat.
Suck it out, baby. Let's go.
How do we? Seriously, if we could come up with this so that we can save our beer,
and we can make beer and help the environment,
and we help all the climate shenanigans that's going on.
Yep, exactly.
Such hard times right now.
What is it, Chris?
Such hard times.
Good job, buddy. But yes, a couple stories that we right off the top here. Last week, so if you're a first time listener, what we usually do is recap last week's Saturday night pregame. I had a great podcast, loved it to death. Me and Joe were definitely hot to trot on that one. Both hungover as all could be. And then Sunday's hangover was just awful as well. Like, not that headache stuff, but just
that's where you guys went to the Cubs game. That's why you're hungover. I was like,
yeah. And then we went to the Cubs game, and then we went out to Lottie's,
and they were out all night.
So,
no.
I got a text message from Peter at like 2:30 on Friday night.
So here's a good question, Pat. With this, so what's the hangover drink we're drinking tonight? What's this thing?
It's a Water Boy.
Okay. Show, give it a little spot. I'll zoom in on that when I'm editing. The podcast.
Terrific!
It does not taste good. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Now, would you say? Oh God!
You gotta chug it.
That is salty. Like, you just taking a big cup.
So it's because the sugar is not in there to cut it. Is what's the difference between this and like a liquid IV is like there's a lot more sugar in liquid IV. This has way less. This has no sugar, so you're really getting.
So you're really just tasting the pea flavor.
Yeah, but it does help.
Okay, so would you suggest? I on YouTube, one of my YouTube commercials was for this new hangover thing that you drink before. I was telling you about. It's for $50. It's $300.
We tried that crap before. It didn't work.
No, not this one's like a glass bottle. It's like done by real doctors, shenanigans, whatever. $300 for $50, so it better work.
I'm not sure if the before ones will ever
work.
work.
Wait, $300 for 50 of them?
Mm-hmm.
$6 a pop, right?
Oh yeah, it's supposed
Good
to work.
Lord.
So would you suggest this before or after drinking?
I think what I do is I do a BioSteel before because it hydrates you. I do that one before I go to bed.
Okay.
Because that's for to really help you out.
Yeah. Okay.
And like I said, chug it. Don't try to drink it.
Yeah, this is, ladies and gentlemen. So again, this is Water Boy.
This is the strawberry lemonade flavor for the record. The raspberry one I haven't tried it. Gonna try it next time.
Here on the Saturday Night Pregame podcast, we're all about your Sunday mornings because you know what, the Saturday Night Pregame's fun, but that Sunday morning can be rough, boys. And when you got to do taxes and you got to be looking at tax return after tax return after tax return.
Let's be honest, this is K1 after K1 is the issue.
Yes, it's getting a little ridiculous. IRS, maybe we clean this up. Maybe we make this a little easier.
Yeah, you sons of bitches.
So Saturday night, good time. Little Bub City if you haven't been to Chicago.
It's a very touristy bar.
Very well, but that doesn't.
No, it's a popular touristy bar. Like people come to town. That's one of the bars that people go to.
And it's also one of the few venues that actually plays live music.
Down in that area for sure, yeah.
Well, pretty much around the city.
Yeah.
If you go look it up, yeah.
You can get a nice dinner. Get there early, and then you get live music for free. If you get there a little late, you might have to wait in line.
You get a $10 cover charge.
I'll say 9:30 is like a good time to get before. Like before, is it not?
If you're not going to eat,
is it before 9? The cover. Or,
I think it's
or is
before
it 10?
9:30.
Okay, yeah, so 9:30. So I thought. Okay.
But just unbelievable bar. We were killing it all night, dancing it up, dancing the storm up. Joe sweating like he stole something. And we were also again home by a decent hour.
I thought we got home pretty late. No.
No, we got home. You got home by. I think we got picked up at like 1:18. My ride wasn't supposed to be until 1:30. I think we got to your house at 1:30.
I figured they were later because we went to Boss Bars and then we were waiting for things to go down.
We got to your place. We got to your place at 1:30, which was the time we were supposed to be picked up from Boss Bar. So
Okay.
yeah, we got home at a reasonable time.
Clearly, I was paying a lot of attention last weekend.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking back. There was a lot of little spurts that I don't remember as much. Met a bachelorette party from Indiana. Didn't really understand why they came to Chicago, but
That one girl had a crush on Pat Lynch.
Which one?
The one in the green dress with the tattoo between her titties.
I remember the one she had like hollowed
She
out.
was the one that kept putting penises in.
No, they weren't penis. They were pens.
Penis straws.
It was pens. It was a pen, like a hollowed out pen. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
but with a penis on the back.
Yeah, it was.
And
Very
you're
strange.
supposed to use it to sip up your drink.
Yeah, we made Joe do it because he was getting married. So we.
Yeah, he did look like a little bit of a little weird. It was a little weird. I'm not gonna.
And he seemed like he was pretty natural at sucking it though. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
Oh, there you go. Get a little applause. Come on now, you better.
No,
do
he
that.
doesn't
No,
get any.
that's not an applause. That's a hi hat.
You can't give him an applause when Joe's not here to defend himself. You can give him the little
Fair
rim
enough.
shot.
Fair enough. Should we try to call him?
No, he's not gonna answer.
No, he said that he's going to be on the dance floor in a few minutes.
Did he say that?
Yeah,
he said
look at
he's
your
gonna
text
make it
message.
up on the dance floor. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good move.
I hope Sarah at the whole wedding is telling him how he's not a good dancer, just so he does like Vince Vaughn it up at the wedding.
I wonder if she's upset. Like, I wonder if there's members are like, look at this guy. Guy couldn't even come in a suit. What type of guy is this?
I don't know. I hope that. Yeah, I'm not gonna go there.
Come on,
Anyways.
Pat.
No, it's not appropriate.
That's for the OnlyFans podcast.
Yeah, that's for
You
Patreon.
guys are better than this. You guys are. You know.
I'm just trying to keep keep everybody happy and peaceful here. So we're not gonna go down that road.
I don't know, Chris. Are you happy?
Pretty much.
I'm happy.
Cool.
Terrific.
Great story, guys.
I can't remember where we were at before
You
this.
guys are something else. All right. So last week,
Into the microphone, sir.
good times. I'm getting nervous. Like, do I too close, too far, too? You know,
you seem a little far, to be honest.
You know what, Pat?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard.
Get
This
right up
spot's
in- get right
this
up into
spot's
that
not
microphone.
great. I like because I got the bar under me. I don't know how Joe sits here, and he's sitting next to you. You're kind of sweating. You're giving me the hot vibes. It's weird.
Do you want some
cheese with that wine? Oh, get it to him, Chris. No, you suck. So no, last week was a good time. I'm trying to think that the bachelorette parties were out and about. Again, Chicago bars by 11 o'clock, it's all dudes. So you pretty much want to go home anyways. It's all about getting
some
early.
bars. I mean, it goes a little later at some place, but yeah, but like 1:30, like after anything after like 1-ish, and it's all dudes.
All dudes.
If you meet ladies at the late night bars, you might want to question why they're there.
Yeah.
That's very true. You don't want to be, yeah. Oh no. And this is just, this is
It's
killing-
not. It does not taste good. I'm telling you,
It
you
is
gotta chug. You
killing
gotta
my
down. You
vibe.
just gotta down it.
How do you? It's insane. It's almost impossible to chug.
You're gonna have to chug that Smirnoff Ice afterwards.
I would.
I know.
It's like getting ice. You gotta go for it and just hope to God.
Chris,
that
like it's like I need my Jolly Rancher. Like I'm
Yeah,
doing
swizzle.
this and this to make it a little bit better. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's not good. I told you it's not good.
And then so this week we're pre-gaming a Oktoberfest, which I'm super excited for.
Does anybody know why Oktoberfest in September?
The Oktoberfest in Germany, I think, is like starts the third weekend of September and goes to like the first weekend in October or something like that. Like if you look it up,
I wasn't sure.
It's
there's
all
a
about.
reason.
It's just a harvest fest.
Yeah, it's like a
That's
harvest.
what they used to call it. It's a harvest fest.
Yeah.
It's that, this is the end of the summer.
It's like the time where they would harvest their crops. Like they would harvest their crops for like these last couple weeks of.
Because unlike us,
September.
they would party it up, or not party it up all summer, work their butts off, and now they can have some fun and relax before the tough winters come. And so, Harvest Fest was a big thing in all civilizations, and it's just right now we call it Oktoberfest. That's the time of the year because we don't really harvest anything anymore.
Nice. It's kind of interesting. It's at a church too. We're going to, but anyways.
Well, but I mean,
you got to make money somewhere.
when I was dating Jody, her roommate, who is super religious, used to go to that church for like speed dating.
Oh, nice.
And I always thought like Chris should be like Chris should
No.
come here and come speed dating. It doesn't mean I don't know if they're all religious. They're just speed dating.
Yeah, Chris.
I'm assuming if it's sponsored by the church,
They
it's gotta be
just
good
leave enough space
Christian
for
men.
you, the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Trinity in there between you guys too.
I'm about to walk.
Have
off
you guys
this
have you guys
podcast.
ever done speed dating?
I have not.
No.
I never did speed dating either. I didn't even think it was still.
I feel like it's more of like a movie thing, isn't it, than like a real thing?
That's what I was thinking too. I didn't. Honestly,
I've never seen like an advertisement. Perhaps I would have gone to it. I don't know.
Well, Pat, you didn't really get into the dating scene, anyways. You got locked up real quick.
Yeah, she put a ring on that finger real quick.
Yeah. When you have the best, why settle for
I don't know if it was the best.
Way to go, Katrina. Hopefully she hears that one. Maybe she'll watch this podcast looking for that little tidbit.
She's here for the real thing. She's upstairs.
She's not.
The sound can hear everything in this
Yeah,
house.
this house is pretty garbage. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
How's your house, Peter?
I mean, I'm
Terrific.
looking at some stairs here that are a sweet gust away from just killing somebody. There's probably still some worms down here.
It keeps me staying light, you know?
Yeah. Maybe not. We'll give a tour of the podcast basement at some point. I wanted to do. We just don't have any time. Like, it's insane. I wanted to do the hot toddy, 20 or 5-minute video of how we make our hot toddies, but we'll get to it.
One day.
One day we'll have some time to actually have some fun with this podcast. The next thing I'm going to do is work on our website because you need a spot. I was listening to
maybe I'll put some fresh coat of paint on the basement.
Yeah,
You're going to get the air gun out and paint your ceiling black?
Yeah, just for you, Chris.
Nice.
I don't know. I think we need to get some couches down here. I kind of like the couch vibe a little better than this.
You should get some of those stingy old couches from Sluggers.
This 10-year-old Costco table or $10 Costco table and some foldable chairs here. It's probably not the best aesthetic pleasing. When we do them outside, it's nice, but how much time do we have to do outside podcast?
Probably about
another week.
Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks probably most.
I bet we could do a couple in the fall. You get some vest on. Pat, you're a vest guy.
I'm a vest guy.
He is a vest guy. He's a God-fearing Christian.
That's a good start. Maybe we'll tell that story one of these days, or maybe when we're wearing vests, we can go over. Some
Yeah,
of
when
those.
you got your vest on, you can tell people about
Didn't
it.
some dickhead come up to me and say, "Hey, where's the flood?" And I was, it was good times. Good times. Pat, you want to talk about the Stingy Jack here? Should probably be called Stingy Chris because you Stingy Chris.
Sure.
Come on!
Katrina brought this beer back from the wonderful state
That
of
was
Wisconsin.
not a joke.
That was a good joke.
Okay. Yeah, a seasonal favorite. Stingy Jack's Pumpkin Ale has the fragrant
nice and
aromas of pumpkin spices with a malty sweetness. Caramelized baked pumpkins add a perfect touch of pumpkin flavor. Evidently, this is brewed in Potosi. Is that how you say it?
No.
Petoskey?
No.
There's no A.
There's
so
no K in there
Potosi,
either.
right? Potosi, Wisconsin.
I like
Okay.
Potosi.
Is where beer crafted, and that craft is celebrated at a national beer museum or brewery museum. Sorry, the beer you hold was brewed in that town by its fine people in a small batch with the finest ingredients. We are Potosi. We are beer's hometown.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, it says brewed in beer's hometown. What is that supposed to mean?
I guess this is maybe where beer's. That's not where beer's founded, so I'm not sure exactly
Yeah,
what they
because
mean.
you know why? You know what? Beer is or alcohol is a
monk thing, right?
no. It's an old time. Like it's. I mean, still the only.
It was what is it? It was better to drink than water. Water.
No. The only reason that civilization was able to come together was because of alcohol. Because you couldn't. They never knew it, but boiling their water distilled it. Nobody knew. Even in Toronto, people didn't know that. Like in the early 1800s, 1900s, kids were drinking whiskey because it was safer than drink water because nobody understood that germs were in the water.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
Fairly strong beer, 6.5 ounces, 6.5 per volume.
Nice.
Last night we went to Pops, the brewery in Chicago. One of those places you got to check out if you come to Chicago. I had a chocolate hazelnut stout.
Where's that at?
Pops, it's on Lincoln.
You didn't go that one time. It was me, you, and
Oh,
Joe.
yes, I've there yet? Oh, you got to get on that, buddy.
You gotta get on that shit.
Yeah, you got to get on that, bro. I had a chocolate hazelnut stout. That was 7 point. I bought it. I was like, oh, this sounds like a good beer. And it was my last beer of the night. And I had 2 beers. I was trying to keep it very, very
Light
chill,
and breezy.
like a sea breeze. And
Or Bay Breeze.
and then I ordered it and I looked up and it was like 7.5%. I was like, oh man, I was flying high
Hot
at
at
that
time.
one.
I mean, every pumpkin beer I have, I just think of that Bill Burr commercial for Sam Adams. So it's like, I got that crap in the fridge if you want it.
I'm thinking. Do you ever see the Samuel Adams the pumpkin, like
Yeah.
his actual commercial?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's every time I get a pumpkin beer, that's what I think of.
Oh yes, he did say that in that one. I thought it was
Yeah.
more of a SNL skit or another SNL skit.
It was an SNL skit.
Yeah.
It was an SNL skit, yes.
This isn't.
It's not bad.
I like Pumpkin King. My favorite. I actually like Samuel Adams Pumpkin, which we'll do again on this podcast, or Pumpkin King.
Katrina won this at the baby shower she was at, and she specifically thought it would be for you, Peter, because you like pumpkin stuff.
I love me some pumpkin stuff, but this is. I'm not getting hit in the face with pumpkin.
No, it's subtle.
I think it's more of a beer. It's more
Yeah,
of an ale.
it's a subtle pumpkin flavor at the end.
Here's the thing. I was talking to a buddy at work, and I was telling him about Beer Plus. Do you guys remember what kind of beer that actually was? What was it? A sour? I don't think it was a sour.
It was a.
It was only one other beer being made like it, and it was a specific type of beer, like ale, stout, IPA, and it was a certain type of brew. Like
It was an ale.
no, it was I can't think of the name, and I almost want to say it's a sour, but
It was not
It was not a sour.
It tastes like 312 almost.
yeah,
So it's an ale.
yeah. No, it's not an ale. I know. I
thought the uniqueness was how it was brewed with and adding electrolytes to it.
No. It's brewed in a certain way that provides the electrolytes, but it's an actual. There's one other beer that's like it.
Wonder what happened to that lawsuit. Anyways, we digress.
Well, yeah. So, and I talked to that guy. He's selling his own vitamins.
Nice.
Got out of the whole
Beer game.
yeah, beer game. That's such a sad. It was a tough one to kind of think about because that could have been if that would have actually worked and it would have went somewhere.
Yeah, all we got was a wonderful trip to Detroit out of it.
And to Michigan City or wherever the hell that we went that one time.
Michigan City, Indiana.
Yeah.
That's actually a very popular place to people are moving to because it's not that far off of it's not that far off the 294 into Chicago from there.
It's weird that Michigan City's in Indiana. It's kind of like Kansas City is in Missouri.
Missouri.
You know what I've heard a lot.
Well,
of
it's on both sides, but all the good stuff's on the Missouri side.
Fort Wayne, Indiana is kind of popping. You're hearing a lot of comedians going to Fort Wayne.
Are there casinos there?
Is that
I don't know. I know that a bunch of people have moved there. We had one of our clients' employees, 3 of them have moved there.
Is it close to like Chicago, Illinois?
No,
at all?
I think
it's
it's
not. It's inside. It's past Gary and stuff.
It's past Notre Dame.
Any reason? Is there industry out there or anything, or just cheap?
Probably cheap.
I just think it's probably the biggest. I think it's one of the bigger cities in northern Indiana.
Okay.
Because Indianapolis is more toward the center.
Yeah.
And then Evansville's the only other real city in Terre Haute that I know about in Indiana.
I'm not hearing Chris that well. Are you?
French Silk, Indiana.
Chris keeps coming. He keeps doing this.
I keep turning my head to look at you guys when I talk. No,
yeah.
I'm not looking at my phone. Ass hat.
Well, I saw you looking at your phone, asshat.
Yeah, I was looking up for Beer Plus.
That's what I thought.
Let's go to the instant replay.
Bitch.
Oh, we go right. Oh, and I thought you were doing me a favor, and I thought you were going to come in here, surprise me with what type of the beer.
There's nothing on there. I got a gastro pub in Germany for Beer Plus.
Nice. I'll just go back and look at the marketing materials to figure it out. But
yeah,
they're used. Yeah, Beer Plus. Let's get off that tired subject, boys. How are you guys' week? Everybody. I mean, Chris, I understand your week was because I see you all the time. But how, Pat? How was your week, buddy?
Uneventful, just working.
Yeah, I mean, any current events or kind of. So I haven't watched TV in forever, and because what me and Lauren talked about when we were looking at the producing this podcast is, what TV are you watching? Like books are you reading? A, none of us read books. B,
nope.
None of us have time for TV really. So I mean, besides,
if you want to count the NFL game that I watched on part of it on Thursday,
I didn't watch any of that game either.
You didn't miss that much.
I didn't watch the Bears game at all. I didn't watch any of
the first 5 minutes of the Bears game were good. And then the wheels kind of went off after that.
So I mean, are you watching any TV? Are you anything that you're into? Like
no, I do. There's a bunch of stuff on there that I want to watch that I haven't got to yet. Like the new season of What We Do in the Shadows is on. Finished probably now. The Rick and Morty's probably getting close, I'm guessing, to being done at this point.
I haven't seen any of that.
Haven't seen any of that.
I haven't finished season 5 either.
Neither have I.
I was pretty happy that I got to 5.
I finished 5. So yeah. But
I need
there's
you guys
a new
watch,
season of Archer. Haven't seen any of that.
I haven't seen the last 2 seasons of Archer, so we got to get on that too.
Have you?
Haven't seen the last season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
The only thing I've been watching is The Replacements, 20 minutes at a time.
The movie?
Yeah, the movie. It's on HBO.
Nice. Oh, I'll add that one to my.
That's a great movie.
Oh, that felt good. That came out the nose. Ouch. No, you know what? Me and Lauren started. I'm sure you guys haven't watched this, but Mr. Robot. And we've watched the first 2 seasons.
Isn't that a Will Smith movie?
No, it's iRobot.
I actually, it's funny. When I tell Lauren, let's watch this, I always say, let's watch I Am Robot. But it's Mr. Robot. It's a phenomenal TV series, and we watched 1 and 2 and then just fell off, and we just started season 3 2 weeks ago, and it's too good. It's a little bit lighter than Ozarks. Like Ozarks is just too much.
I watched the first season of Ozarks,
and it was like you're like the whole time you're waiting for somebody to die. Like it was just way too intense for like a Sunday night. You want to chill, go to bed, like get relaxed for the week. We just couldn't watch Ozarks. It was too much. We watched the first season, but just never got on the second one.
Me either.
Interesting.
The issue with Mr. Robot and then we're also watching. We gotta finish Sneaky Pete. Is that when they just cancel them. Like Netflix just cut or Amazon just cut Sneaky Pete. Like we're done.
Nice.
I think it gets to a spot or we were talking about this is where Amazon it gets popular where it becomes too expensive. Like these guys now expect to get paid. And they just cut the seasons. They're like, okay, we're good. Like
if the viewership was high enough, they would keep it going. I'm sure.
I don't think so. I honestly think that they are okay to a point where like everything gets good. It gets good.
I mean, they had like 8 seasons of that one show that they have on Amazon.
What's that show?
Bosch, I think it's called.
Don't know what the hell that is.
I mean,
it's like a cop drama thing that they had going on. I never watched it, but there's like 8. I think there's like 8. It's like there's at least like 6 seasons at least.
Nice.
Did you? Do you guys watch John Oliver at all?
No.
Here and there.
He did a thing on Law and Order.
I feel like he gets a little too like.
He's a little left. He's a
little
too
left. He's like lefter than he took a
times,
left turn and
but
then keep going down left, then keep going down the stroke road for a while.
I don't know. I think there are words sometimes he's really ramming down the left down your throat, but I don't think it's always. I think he's got and the stories he talks about I think are very important. Like he did one on Law and Order and he talks about how like some. And I don't know if this is a joke or if this is real, but some like police departments are so underfunded and they don't have enough that they tell their police officers to watch Law and Order to get training.
That can't be real.
Right.
I mean, how insane is that?
I mean, that can't be really right.
But also the guy from Law and Order, he's never wanted to do any kind of like, like a lot like police officers are always right. They used to do the Law and Order where like the guys would beat the crap out of the people in interrogations, and then they stopped doing that because like it was given like the police.
I mean, it's a TV show. Nobody should look at this for like.
John Oliver did say that like 7 or 8 times, but like when you have like police officers and like people quoting, this is where they get a lot of their information.
I mean, you had The Shield for like 8 seasons where the guy was like a dirty cop was beating up suspects and doing every other thing that he could do. That's illegal.
Yeah. Nice.
So, but no, and that's just one of the. But I'm just saying, I actually kind of like John Oliver. I think he at least brings up topics and ideas that I didn't think about. But yeah, when he goes real left on stuff, like when he makes fun of people for like.
You got to watch him when he makes fun of Subway.
Oh, that's a good one.
Or WWE, or when he makes fun of churches.
He did.
And he set up his own church.
Oh, what did
That's
he do?
great.
He just set up another thing where he did a healthcare thing where like you could just kind of like set up I forget what it was, but it was you would think that this is there's no way you could do this, and he just set it up easily and then had people try to like send money to him, and again it's just like
God.
It's one of those things you're like, what? How? Some of these things, and that's why I kind of like it, because he brings up like topics you would not think this could ever be possible, like some of the opiate stuff. You're like, there's no way, and it's just all in true facts. Like it's not one way or the other. It's the absolute truth. Or the stuff with Subway, where Subway, literally you could have 4 Subways right next to each other, and they how much they charge you for shit is insane, and how you cannot get out of a Subway like you're stuck in your franchise. Like it's almost costs you more to get out of a franchise to stay in your franchise. How they they force you to buy certain things, and it's
or how Korea bases their soap operas off of Subway.
And that's just all their marketing. The only good thing that
look at it, it's good. Look that one up, Pat. You're gonna like it.
That one caught my ear a little bit.
The only good thing about Subway though is their marketing.
You can eat fresh.
No, and that's another another bullshit lie. Was like Subway's supposed to be healthier for you than, and they logged onto that because of Jared, who was just too lazy to do anything else than to walk to Subway and just eat like a foot long, and but that was all bullshit. Like Subway's not anywhere more healthy than
maybe he would have walked
else.
farther if he could have had a little child somewhere, right?
Oh,
too far.
That's ouch. I actually watched a documentary on him. He was absolutely disgusting. Like I think we've talked about this back already on the podcast, but top 10 creepy, really awful individuals. He's up there, and he's almost about to get out of prison, I think, very soon.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Is he still a sponsor of Subway?
No, come on now.
You never know.
He made some good money, but I'm wondering
Redemption story, guys.
I wonder if he's done
I don't know if there's a redemption story there, Pat.
No.
We'll find out.
No, you won't. I think we already know the answer to that one, buddy. But I did kind of think about this. He had to have made pretty good money. Do you think he's got?
But I mean, he's also like a nobody. So like, I wonder how much he really. Like, they could have dropped him at any point. Like he had no. Was he going to go like pitch something for like? Is he going to like McDonald's suddenly be like, hey, McDonald's eating me healthy?
Well,
like
the Verizon guy. Remember him? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I thought it was a Sprint guy, but yeah.
And then now he went to Sprint. So I mean, he probably could have done something. Like he went to Jimmy John's or like Five Guys or
Five Guys. Definitely not. They're not healthy at all.
Five Guys is where it's at, baby. I lost 1,300 pounds off of Five Guys. Wait, what?
I eat the fries every day and just drop the weight. Just drop it off.
Do you get? Is Quiznos still a thing at all? Have you guys?
I think there's some Quiznos, but like they don't have very much going on.
Were you guys Quiznos people when like Quiznos and Subway were going at it for a little bit?
I didn't dislike it, but it was also like it was like double the price because they probably actually used like real meat.
I absolutely loved Quiznos.
You know, Quiznos, it's like Potbelly's kind of like looked at Quiznos and they're like, even though Potbelly's is older than Quiznos, they looked at Quiznos like, yeah, we could do that better. And like that's what kind of also like Potbelly's kind of overtook them, I think. And
I think Quiznos was kind of hit or miss depending on where you went.
I used to love that they would give you like you could take a cup of pickles and they had honey mustard. And I used to fill up like a little, those little cups with pickles and honey mustard, and you could make a sandwich just out of that. That's how good combination.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. No, Quiznos was the shit. I thought back in the day.
Peter's wants to bring Quiznos back.
Yeah, Peter's on the Quiznos.
I was kind of saying,
but
you're right,
pickles and honey mustard scheme.
No, but I mean, you're right. I remember that being. I think that was their downfall. Also, the other thing is they expanded too quick. How many businesses have gotten a little bit of success, and then just wanted to expand so quickly, and then it all just falls.
Well, the answer is always, I mean, like people always say, like, what? I'm not sure if it's true at this exact moment now, but they always be like, which franchise has the most locations? And everybody says McDonald's. Right?
Yeah, no, it's
not
Subway.
true. Subway.
It's Subway.
Yeah. But that's good for Subway, but it's not good if you're a franchise owner.
Yeah, it means you have too much. Like, I mean, there used to be when I lived at my parents' house, I could have walked to like there was like 4 within like.
Yeah.
Not even like a mile of my house.
And
it was like by us, man. They had the one across from St. Pat's that's no longer there. It's a sushi place now. They had one over by Addison and Austin, and then they had one on Addison and Central by the hospital.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just all over the place.
Yeah. It's popping them all. That's probably when the quality went down too, because they expanded so much. And
we also had 3.
Well, no, the $5 footlong killed them. Like it was a great idea.
Also, like also like that many locations you got to supply. Like that's not if you're not. It's hard to scale that on a sustainable way.
It's probably true. Corners. Yeah, I could see that. But to make $5 footlongs, you had to have bread that wasn't actually bread. It was pretty much a yoga mat. You had to have tuna salad that wasn't tuna. That wasn't fish.
Meatballs that had questionable ingredients.
Yeah, or you got the IKEA horse meatballs. Like let's
nice.
Let's be honest.
Who doesn't love a good horse meatball?
But I mean, I know people hate. Here's a kind of a funny thing: is you're one of the people who hated the smell of Subway, or you wanted a candle.
I always said the bread was good. I always said it smelled good in there. Yeah. But
I used to love the smell of Subway.
It's like Jimmy John's. When we go to Jimmy John's, like that smell is fantastic.
Oh, Potbelly's?
Tremendous.
Tremendous. Did you guys ever do the Subway pizza?
No.
Lauren, not that I can think of.
Lauren used to tell me that in ISU, the Subway, the pizza, or at Subway's, what they would go out and drink. They would have 1 or 2 wine coolers, come back and they'd have a Subway pizza. Yeah, they have a Subway pizza.
I mean, when I think pizza, Subway would be like so far down the list of places I would want to go get a pizza from.
They definitely have it on the menu because I went to go look at their those new sandwiches that they've been promoting just to see what they kind of have.
Yeah,
and they definitely have pizza on the menu.
What about? Did you guys ever do the egg sandwiches?
Yes,
never did the breakfast.
We did the breakfast.
I used to love the breakfast, but you had to get the one with egg whites, or not with the actual yolk. The egg white one was so disgusting.
The breakfast, the place that had decent breakfast sandwiches. I'm not sure they have them all locations, but the downtown had them. Was Potbelly's. You have decent.
Oh yeah, I remember doing that.
Yeah, Potbelly's used to have them.
The downtown locations at least had breakfast.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Midway Airport one had one too.
One of my building had it. I used to every once in a while when I was hungry, I'd stop there and get one.
Talking about fast food, if you guys, so I was talking to Lauren about this actually this week, but I meant to keep bringing this up to you guys. On Fridays, me and Chris go golf in the morning. We do a little swing session, work on the swing, Patrick. Get the swing.
You're also pulling a Chris
going.
McGraw there going in and out.
Shut your mouth, Pat.
Yeah, get right up on that microphone, baby.
I will slap the absolute. Thank you, Chris.
I think that's for me.
No,
I think that was for Peter.
Thank you. Hey, all profits go to charity on this beer. You don't even mention that. The best thing about Stingy Jack is he's not stingy. He goes, all profits to charity. You don't even mention that.
Well, I was reading the bottle. And it's not on the bottle. Sorry. Oh, yeah, it is right there. Never mind.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen.
And Pat Lynch is proven wrong.
Pat,
once
if
again.
you wanna go take a
next time, if you want to read the beer, feel free.
5 seconds upstairs. Maybe think about what you do. This poor Stingy Jack beer, pumpkin ale. All profits go to charity.
They're class act. I like them. Great, good for them.
Okay, so let me get back to my story. Thanks, Pat.
You did a tangent. That was your fault.
Me and Chris do the swing sessions on Fridays. And as a treat to ourselves, we get the 1 day a week when we pay for our own Dunkin' Donuts. And so Fridays I buy, and I went there, and I'm in line. It's a pretty short line. Not usually the line's kind of a pain in the butt. Pretty short line. So I come up there to go pay, and the lady says, "Don't worry about it. The guy in front of you paid." And I've never had this happen to me. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I don't like that. I hate that feeling. I'm like, I don't want it. What? No, can I just pay for my stuff? And I didn't know how to handle it. And she's like, "Nope, you're good. Here's your stuff." And then I was just like, aren't I supposed to, like, I'm in my head, I'm trying to think, like, aren't I supposed to be paying for, like, the next
pay
people?
for the next person?
It was so quick that I was like, I guess I'll just go. And then I felt so bad for the next, like,
wait, did you walk into this or was it a drive-through?
No, drive-through.
Okay, that makes more sense than you.
And I just drove away, and I'm like, what? I was supposed to do something. And then so I've had, like, and I totally forgot about this. I wanted to bring this up. Like, A, has it ever happened to you guys?
No.
B, what would you pay for the next person behind you? And the reason I ask this is because I don't want to sound like a cheap guy, which I am, but I got 2 drinks. My drinks were $11. What if the guy behind me is getting like he's
or what if they're scamming you? Like the guy in front of you bought your drink and bought his, and then like they have a tangent car behind them that order like half the menu, and you're just getting railed with it.
So I have no idea what the guy behind me bought. So now because this guy in front of me is being nice, now I have to pay $40.
Here's what you do, Peter. You take $11 and you donate to a charity of your choice. That's
an issue. Chris? What would you do? Would you just?
No, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't have paid.
I think you just make a donation to charity somewhere.
So does that make us awful people, or is that like are we common sense thinking? I want to just pay for myself.
I just
want to pay for my shit.
I mean, you could go like do it later on in life and pay forward to somebody else later.
Or Peter's just cheap. One of the two.
I mean, it is a valid argument. Like, what happens if the person behind me is getting like a $40 order?
Yeah, and I was going to pay.
Yeah.
Ordering breakfast for the whole office. You know?
You have no idea.
That's going to hurt our bank. It's not going to hurt us because we're very lucky that
we're spend over here, baller.
But at the same time, it's like I just want to pay for my stuff. Like I came here, I know I have to pay. It's nice of you to do that, but now you're making me. I have to have an obligation.
You just got to go in next time and pay for somebody's order next time.
Yeah, I think I would just make a donation to charity.
Also, I don't think I could ever just do that. Be like, hey, just swipe it for the guy next to me or after me. I don't think I could
start following Peter through drive-throughs now and make sure you didn't wait for him to do it to me.
So me and Lauren were kind of talking, and it's like a big to who on like Reddit because like
people in front of you are probably also on like some kind of what is it, like TikTok or something like that? Probably doing a video or something. Anyways,
it's possible.
Could be.
And
then the person that he's on, and he's like, well, this guy didn't do anything. What a piece of crap.
Wait to. I started a conversation there, and you just kind of jumped in and
nice
stopped that all the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back 5 seconds there. As I was saying, so me and Lauren were having this conversation about this, and there's a Reddit thing about like this, because this is like a huge thing nowadays. Like people are doing it all over the place.
Paying it forward.
Yeah, and it's tough on the people who work at these places because it starts to get confusing. And so people were like, "What should we do?" And I was like, "This is crazy," because I just had this situation and I didn't know what to do. And so some of the people say, "Hey, how much was my order?" And you tip you just tip them the price. So you're doing a good deed at least. You're giving them something because it's kind of hard for them to like. Now they have to remember whose orders whose. Like it starts to get a little convoluted. Who paid, who didn't pay, and it's just easier if somebody does that and you want to stop it, just tip them.
Okay.
Or you pull a Peter McGraw and you
don't do either of it.
Be like, bye.
But I'll be honest. I contemplated what I should do and I felt bad about it.
Let me ask you: did the free coffee taste better than the rare coffee?
I think it was my first pumpkin spice, and I think that was off because I got the pumpkin coffee with the pumpkin spice, and it wasn't.
It wasn't good.
I wonder if the guy asked like how much the guy behind me.
That's what okay. I didn't want to say that out loud, but in my head I'm thinking, do you think he might have? Hey, how much is the guy behind me? $11? Yeah, no worries.
I can't believe 2 coffees cost you $11. Awesome.
Oh no! And the prices just keep. Okay, here we go. Grind my gear.
Here we go.
All right, so
mind you, we're on a time frame here. We only keep this short.
We got
keep it
time.
short.
We
Keep
got
it short.
time. Listen,
Keep the grind
I
gear
got
short.
nothing going on tonight. Where we at, Chris? How much we got down so far? Don't worry.
40 minutes.
How? Oh,
you lost one of your bars on the battery.
holy crap! We're at 40 minutes already.
That's
40 minutes.
Wow.
We're at
I felt like this podcast was slacking.
We're
Like
at
was
7:15
Was
here.
like watching dry paint for a while there.
Nope.
Wow, that was.
Well, that
that's
can
crazy.
be happen when you listen to yourself talk.
Well, I mean, I got,
where was it? Where was it?
that's fine.
Woo!
That's fair. But I got you two, and I got Joe here. I throw something out there. I'm trying to get you guys going. I don't know how to get you guys going without talking sports.
but I
I'm
mean-
sorry that we didn't tangent off for 40 minutes like Joe does in every
Okay,
story.
let's go back. Let's go
Yeah,
back.
but
to
I mean,
no,
also,
he does. He does go a little into it. He goes deep. But I mean, one word versus tangent.
We're giving you the Cliff Notes version.
No, you give me one word, and Joe gives me maybe a little
When I
tangent.
comment, you don't like it, so that's a problem.
But you're talking so much that you put us to sleep over here. Then by the time we realize you're done talking,
Okay,
we can
but I
only
gotta
get
go
one
back
word
to my
in.
story. Where did we go with this? Oh, my
Grind your gears. You
grind
don't
my
like
gear.
it. Yeah.
Inflation is insane. I went, Chris, on Friday when I bought our 3 large drinks, you, me, and Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Dude, it was $15.
Ooh.
That's insane. It went up like, I swear to God, it's gone up $3 since last time.
You know what's insane? Is the fact that when I ordered the drinks today for Dunkin',
Yeah.
your medium blood orange refresher
It's more expensive, right?
was $3.86.
Yeah.
Pat Lynch's medium strawberry was $6.
What?
My large peach was only $1 more at $7.
Why was mine $6?
yeah, why?
Don't know why Pat's was
Is there a strawberry cocktail shortage somewhere? Like some BS strawberry? they threw
No
in there?
idea why Pat's drink was double what yours was.
I'm telling you, Dunkin'.
Do they charge you for 2 and only give us 1?
These prices are asinine. Like you see, like
100%. Dunkin' is there's something going on because the Dunkin' that's closer to us is it's 20% cheaper than the one that's 2 blocks away from us.
I swear, go look at like if you're ever on a delivery site, always go and look at the delivery site and then go look at the restaurant's website. I guarantee you, like DoorDash is jumping their prices by like 20% on top of what the menu.
I swear to God, the one time I looked at it, I was making sure to look at my dinner once, and I swear to God, I looked at it and then went to a different restaurant, and I came back and I swear to God, the prices were higher. I swear to God,
yeah.
they're higher.
It's
within
insane.
a 20-minute span, I felt like the prices went up at least like a good
Dude, I got
$2.
so we went out last night.
One time I ordered it was like $25 for 3 tacos. I'm like, who is buying this?
Oh God,
It's insane.
Bucks,
That is
$6
absolutely
for a
insane.
taco. Jesus.
We went out last night to a taco place in Lincoln Park, and we got this like plantain, like steak, peppers, jalapeno, like little like it was an appetizer dish. It was supposed to, and then you're supposed to put it maybe on tortillas or something, and it was $14. And I'm thinking like, okay, we're gonna get like a big plate, and there's gonna be I swear to God, Pat, it was only $2 cheaper than my entree, and it was like one of those little small like side dishes that you get. I'm like, what are we doing here? $15 for this? It was decent, but for $15,
Don't insult Peter McGraw.
It kills me. I get it. Restaurants are struggling, but at the same time, everybody's.
This is why Peter cannot pay it forward to buy someone else's coffee,
Yeah,
right,
it's
guys?
Killing me. All right. Well, okay. So then I won't go into. I have a ton of cool stories here.
Save it for next week. We got to get to the NFL predictions for the week.
Now,
Hit it, Chris.
We got. Well, let me give you the one here. Is did you guys see that Brett Favre stuff? The weird.
Yeah,
piece of shit.
that's been going around for a while. That guy.
Well, I think the guy who
No,
is
like,
testifying, right? I know he's been out there, but it was like there's a guy actually testifying against like who is put Brett Favre and a bunch of other popular people in Mississippi and the welfare stuff. How bad is that?
It was pretty bad. I remember reading about it like a year ago when they brought like this up that he was taking money from people, and it was pretty bad then.
So you think he's going to go to jail? He's going to have to repay it? Like, what's the?
Probably just repay it.
Probably
He's not going to jail.
Okay.
I can't see him going to jail.
It's
probably.
millions of dollars.
So white
It was like $5 million or something.
Yeah, that's
if I
a lot of
remember.
money.
Yeah.
It might be sometime.
He may
They'll
be,
pay it back.
yeah, but he may go to like one of those blue collar prisons. Not like
Yeah, I mean, did you hear about the lady in California who kidnapped herself so she could go live with her ex-boyfriend for a while?
That's older though.
But she just got. I know she just got sentenced to 18 months this week in prison.
Nice.
good.
That's kind of crazy.
They
And
should-
her interrogations out. She it's terrible. It's a terrible situation. You know what? The husband stuck with her for a while.
Yeah, that's the dumbest part of the story.
Yeah.
They should have. What is it? They should send after the 18 months in prison. They should send her. There should be a school for common sense, and they should beat common sense into her.
I like it, Chris. There's Hurricane Fiona that hit the Bermuda. Bermuda. I say it.
Bermuda.
Bermuda.
Thank you.
Bahamas.
Ooh, I want
Not
you.
the Bahamas.
It hit Bermuda and is heading to Canada and hitting Canada with the hardest hurricane it's ever seen.
Oh, Canada.
Hope Canada stays safe.
What would you think? Okay, for this is crazy. I'll give you one attempt at and this is not it's not racial, so don't think racial. But one of the worst mountain names in the country. If you try to guess what you might think it might be,
which country? In the U.S.?
Yeah, I'm sorry. In the U.S., there's a mountain with the worst name possible. If you guys can kind of, it's one of the worst. It's not racial, so don't any stupid racial thing. Don't think that way. But like,
I can only think of like
history. Think about history and bad things.
I can only think of like normal mountains.
What's up?
Currently, like I can think of like normal mountains in the U.S. Not anything that's weird.
Okay, Chris, do you want to give a shot for a bad name for a mountain?
I'm going to go with something like the Ku Klux Klan or
That's
something.
Chris, you're so close. The Swastika Mountain
Oh, Lord.
in Oregon is getting a new name. But Swastika was a farmer in that area, and he was the one who first climbed it.
That's an unfortunate name for that guy.
Yeah. And think about it, his family's like, we got a mountain in Oregon named after our great-great-great-grandfather. No, you don't.
Not anymore.
Okay, quickly here, last one. Can you name the city that's been rated as the most underrated city to visit? So, like, this is a city you want to see, and it's underrated because no one's talking about it, but you should go see it. If I didn't say that really great.
Detroit.
Fuck Detroit.
Definitely not Detroit. Definitely not Detroit. I'm gonna go with Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston is underrated?
Mm-hmm. The travel place, yeah.
Okay, you're all right. Chris, you got a real quick again.
For some reason, I want to go with Philadelphia just to piss off Joe, but I'm gonna think I'm gonna go Charleston, South Carolina.
Damn, Chris, close, baby. Savannah, Georgia
Ooh.
wins the top most underrated to visit.
They have a big thing on like cemetery tours there.
Oh, nice. Okay. Austin's got like a kind of like a ghosty, deathy thing tour too to it.
Great. Look forward to that.
Yep. Hey, Chris, hit me with that NFL music, baby. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. Week 3, week 2, a much better week for the McGraw brothers and the Pick'ems. Our sadly, our FanDuel has not been great. Pat Lynch sucked it up last week.
Sucking it up again.
The week before that, Peter McGraw sucked it up. Chris McGraw's going to take over on the FanDuel week, and we'll get it out there. Check your Twitters at Podcast SMP on Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. as we post our FanDuel league. We're going to have our Pick'ems up, our Tittle Bitties, Chris's Titties, and Joe's Lock of the Week. Pat's going to bring up Joe's Lock of the Century, and we're going to give you our survivors because all the boys survived last week. So here we go. Chris McGraw, leave it on. Just load it a little bit.
Down,
Thank you, my man. Or maybe get a little louder.
Yeah, I know Denver tried to get me out of the survivor pool. That's for sure.
Definitely did.
They did their best. Green Bay started that way. Chris McGraw, how you feeling? Give me a little titty on the titty.
Oh, man, I was great last week. If you guys follow us. This week, we got our favorite team, the Bears. Chicago was 3-0 against the spread as a home favorite last season. It's the second time Justin Fields will be a favorite in his 13th NFL start, 1-0 against the spread. See, take the Bears at 2.5 there.
And I'm starting Justin Fields in my fantasy football team this week.
Titans coach.
So go for it.
Let's go, Chris. Give me 2.
Titans coach Mike Vrabel is 8-4 against the spread and outright as a home underdog, and he was 3-0 outright last season. The Titans are 2.5-point underdogs at home against the Raiders.
All right, we got the Bears, we got the Titans. Give me 3, Chris.
I feel that's a good one because the Raiders going west or east to west coast, but they're kind of a desperate team, so that should be interesting.
Yeah.
Hit me with number 3, Chris.
And then the last one, I don't know what the under is, but the Chargers, their previous 8 September games have all gone under the total.
That could be really. If Herbert doesn't play, I could easily see that happening.
And then I got one more.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Bears, the Titans, the under with the Patriots.
With the Chargers
and Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. Sorry, that was Patriots. All right, so
and then I have one more.
The Chargers and Jacksonville. And we got a bonus titty.
And this is just
titty that comes out the side.
This is just a funny one. This is Davis Mills' 14th career start. He was at least a 6-point underdog in each of his first 13 starts until he plays the Bears this week.
Nice.
Way to go.
Way to go, Chris. All right. Pat, what is the Joe C. Lock of the Century of the Week? Chris, give it to me better.
The Joe C. Lock of the Century of the Week.
In absence, Joe has sent us his Lock of the Century of the Week. And it is...
I know what it is.
Too far down here. He's going to go with Buffalo as the lock of the week over the Miami Dolphins.
The Bills.
And Joe's survivor pick.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
He's going to pick the Cincinnati Bengals to take out the New York Jets.
All right. Where do we want to start? Who else is going to go in the survivor poll this week? Yeah, can I take a look at those two, Pat, real quick? Let me take.
I am also on the Joe Keneally train and choosing the Cincinnati Bengals.
I'm 3 on that one, so this train could be going down hard if the Bengals win.
Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is not good. I'm not like.
There's not a lot of games to really like there. I was gonna pick the Chargers until it was undetermined if Herbert's gonna play or not. So I'm not really getting on that bandwagon yet.
Here's the question: do we all go Bengals? So if we all go, we all go.
This segment is gonna be over real quick, ladies and gentlemen.
Then we have to bring it back. All right, we're all going to the Bengals. I like the Bengals.
Oh, the Bengals. Everybody's choosing the Bengals.
We're going to all survive. We're all going to die, ladies and
Burrow,
gentlemen.
Daddy needs some fantasy points, too.
Jamar Chase connection.
I'll take that, too. I got against me and for me. I have it for me in one league and against me in another league.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, hey, thank you again for here. Great job, Chris. Next time, maybe we'll fade out.
That makes sense. I didn't think about it.
Yeah, we're going to let that one slide. You're a newbie. Second week on the controls. You're looking good over there.
I got it nailed for the opening. I forgot. I should have done it there.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen? We might have to do this podcast next Friday because Chris McGraw is coming off a 30-day hiatus. We can't have him next Saturday on a podcast.
I got to have one more weekend because you guys made me drink that.
Shut up.
That Johnny Walker. So I got it one more weekend.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we have to deal with usually. So thank you for joining us here on another wonderful Saturday night pregame. Pat Lynch, killing it. Chris, thank you for being here. Joe, the lock of the century of the week.
Joe, thanks for being here. You're killing it as well.
We're gonna leave the high notes because we got to get out of here. But there's actually a bunch of them, and then we'll come in with 2 feel good stories for next week. Check us out on on Twitter and Instagram at Podcast SMP. You can write comments to Pat on the SMP podcast at
Let them know. Yeah, put your survivor picks out there.
Yes, and we'll get these all out tomorrow. Shoot us. Let us know what you guys are thinking. We're having a bunch of fun here, and tonight was a good one. We'll see you guys next week.
We're gonna do a quick little math problem here, Peter. Okay. This is episode 103, correct?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Okay, so Pat, how many weeks are in a year?
52.
And what's 52 times 2? 52 times 2.
104.
104. So what would next week's episode be? Our 2-year anniversary. What? Tune in. Bye.
I'm just glad I can still do math.